Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited that you have joined me. When I was at the James Lindsay event, who I recently interviewed, there was an app that we could use at this event to connect with other people that were attending. And so you filled it out, you told about yourself, and I decided to do it. So I put some information in there. I put a link to the Mission Driven Mom website. And about halfway through the event, I got a message on this app from someone that was in attendance, and he said, "Do not leave before I talk to you." So near the end, we finally were able to connect. And he took me out in the hall and he said, "I have combed over your website and you have perfectly described my wife. I'm a young attorney. I have a wife, and I can't remember if he said two or three young children. And we have arranged our lives so that my wife could be home with the children. That's what we both wanted. And yet here we are a few years in, and she is so unhappy. She's struggling to get out of bed in the morning. She is struggling to find joy in the day-to-day activities of mothering these small children. And I'm really, really worried about her." It reminded me of something one of our students said about her experience before she joined the academy. She said, "I felt there was something missing. I kind of felt like I needed a little something more. I had a good marriage, cute kids, but I wasn't feeling happy and I didn't know why. Like, I didn't know I had every reason to be happy, but I felt that there was something I needed to change, but I didn't know what. I didn't know where to start, and I didn't know what was wrong." So if you feel like these women did, if you are struggling to make it through your days with optimism and hope and excitement, if you are feeling the drudgery that can sometimes come with lots of demands on your time and energy, and if you've been at this for a while and you're starting to feel discouraged or like you're getting lost, or like some of these women that you feel like you have what you need to be happy. You should be happy, but you're not. And you just cannot figure out why. I want to tell you what happened to me recently and give you a tip of something that you can do that I think might turn things around for you. Before I do that, I want to welcome you to the podcast. And I want to let you know that I'm the author of The Mission Driven Life, Discover and Fulfill Your Unique Contribution to the World. And if you will head over to themissiondrivenmom.com, you can grab the first three chapters of that book for free. I would love to give those to you so that you can learn all about the 7 laws of life mission that we take moms through to help them to overcome this drudgery, this unhappiness that they're feeling, to rise above their circumstances, to place their life on truth, and to begin to have influence in their communities. And it's a beautiful process. So thank you for joining me today. And also, if you're brand new to the podcast, you may want to go back and start at the beginning and listen to some of those early podcasts where I go into depth about the 7 laws of life mission. You can hear a lot of mission driven stories of great men and women who lived those 7 laws. And there's many other podcasts that may be of interest to you. So recently, I hit a wall with the Mission Driven Mom. And I hit this wall a few years ago when we slowed things down and I stopped podcasting for a while and we kind of went quiet. And now we're back and we're doing the things, and it's been really exciting as we're relaunching the podcast and the academy, and we've relaunched our celebration, our yearly in-person event. You can actually go sign up for that at the website as well. Our annual conference, just click on conference, and this year the theme is Mothers of Creation. So you can head over there and sign up for the event before it fills. But we're relaunching, right? Like, we're in this phase, we're doing this. And I just hit this wall a few weeks ago. And as I kind of hit this wall, as I thought about it, I realized, oh, this looks very much like the wall that I hit a couple years ago, which caused me to really go quiet and not sure how to move forward. I was frustrated, overwhelmed. I didn't feel like I was up for the task. I didn't really know how to proceed. So I just paused. I moved everything to a new platform, and I thought, well, I'll make this program available and I'll write books and we'll just see what happens. Because I didn't know how to crack the code on being able to let more students in. We had a bottleneck at mentors. Our business model wasn't right. There were lots of problems. And so as we're going on this 2.0 launch, everything's going fine, but there's these opportunities that are presented to us. And I'm hesitating. And my husband was like, kind of sat me down and was like, why are you hesitating? We're all in. We're doing this. We've been putting all this energy in, like we're gaining momentum. Why are you hesitating? And, I felt frustrated. I felt worried. Or I felt overwhelmed. I felt all those feelings. And I did something that I'm going to recommend that you do that has made such a huge difference. And this is not the only time I have done this in my life. It's just the most recent time that I've done it. And it's made such a big difference that I really believe that it will help you. I decided to pause for a minute and dig deep. Do some journaling, do some praying, do a lot of pondering, maybe going back to some of the things that I've read, definitely spending time in scripture, and just asking myself the question, why? Why are we coming back to this? Why are we relaunching? Why do I want to do this? Why does it matter? And the secondary question of all of that was, and where am I trying to get to? What is my why and what is my what? What is the goal? What is the objective? What does success look like? Where are we headed? Because at first it was really exciting to relaunch the academy and to have women signing up again and to have them coming into the community, and we have this better platform, and it's just really exciting. And then, we're doing the things and more is being asked of me and more is being asked of me and more responsibility is on my shoulders, more responsibilities on my shoulders. And I find that there are things about this new space that are feeling familiar and that are worrisome. And so I just took the time for a couple weeks. I mean, I did all the things in life that you need to do. But instead of doing a whole bunch of MDM tasks, I just paused to be with myself and with God and to really explore why this mattered. Because for me, it's not enough to just, I'm not in this to sell the academy. If women do the academy, that's wonderful. And that's why I was putting it on this new platform so it would be available for them and anybody could sign up and do it or whatever. But that's not enough. That doesn't just fill me with passion and help me be on fire. And one of the things that I noticed is I've been interviewed on quite a few podcasts recently. A few of them have released, more of them are coming up. And the conversations that we were having there were very beautiful, very meaningful. And I meant everything that I said. Obviously, like moms need to meet their real needs and they need to love themselves better and they need to discover their gifts and they have a God-given mission. And all those things were meaningful and beautiful and the conversations were wonderful. But I recognized that they also weren't full of passion. I, in most instances, was not just on fire. And that meant that the person that was interviewing me was also not on fire. And I'm going to just be straight with you. I just don't need to be doing this. My kids are about to finish leaving home. I have all kinds of time and resources. I could do whatever, like for the rest of my life. And I knew that. And I knew that going back in. But I just kept needing to evaluate, but why am I hesitating? Why am I not full of passion, excited to be doing this? And that doesn't mean there can't be some stress. And that doesn't mean there can't be some down days and disappointments. It just means that overall, what is wrong? And where am I trying to get to? What is my end game? And I want to tell you, it was incredible. I dug so deep that I discovered things about myself and about this organization and about where we're headed and about why I'm doing it that I didn't even know before. And as I came to more clarity about what was it that actually really changed my life and what is it that I'm actually really trying to do for women, and how are we as moms really going to make a difference? And I could just, as I'm just saying this, I can just feel the passion bubbling up again. There are a lot of exciting things coming, and I am on fire about what we're going to be releasing. But all of that being said, what you can do right now, if you are not feeling it as a mom, if you know that you have every reason to be happy, you live in comfortable circumstances, you're not starving, you have resources, you can educate yourself, you have beautiful children, maybe your marriage isn't perfect, but you know your husband's a good guy, and yet you just aren't feeling excited to be alive each day, you're not full of passion, and you don't have clarity, I would invite you to do what I've done this time and at many other times in my life, and really start journaling and asking yourself the question, why am I a mom? Why did I want to become a mom? Why is this the life that I've chosen? And where am I trying to take us? What's the location? What's the destination I'm trying to get to with this family? And I really believe you will have some amazing breakthroughs if you just sit on that. Let your beautiful, marvelous mind percolate on that however many days or weeks it needs to. Keep asking God. Keep asking that question as you read scripture, as you go through your day. Maybe talk to your spouse, maybe talk to your friends, but most of all, be with yourself. I was at a marriage retreat and there were several good things that happened, but probably the most impactful thing that happened was that they asked us to go separate, each of us individually, with a pad of paper and a pen, and answer the question, why do I want to keep living? One of the things that we do in the Mission Driven Mom is learn how to get to fundamentals, learn how to get to the first principles and the principles by which we can govern our lives. First principles tell us why. And when we know why, it's much easier to have the energy, the motivation, and the passion to go find the principles. And that's part of what I need to do. I have found an even bigger why, something I'm even more excited and passionate about giving to you and concrete ways in which I can show my love for the women I serve. And it's so exciting. It's so rewarding. And I'm ready to go level up. I'm ready to go learn principles that I haven't known or that I haven't been living in some areas and some facets of this movement. And I can do that because I know why, because I've outlined those first principles and meanings for myself. So if you want more passion around your mothering, then go find out why. Why did you want to become a mother? Go back to those moments when you made these choices and the excitement that you felt to have these children, and ask yourself, where am I trying to get to? And journal, journal, journal until some things become clear. When we were at this marriage retreat and this question was asked and we were sent off to journal about it, it was incredible. As we re-entered the room, there were these grown men, built, strong, tough guys who had been weeping. Because when they thought about, why do I want to keep on living? The beautiful life that they're sitting in the middle of became really clear. And you are sitting in the middle of a beautiful life. You are incredibly blessed. And there are beautiful reasons why you chose to be a mother. And if you can get back to some of those whys, it will start to clear the path for you. If we can be a resource and a help, if this podcast or our academy can help you on that journey to find the principles that will help you to be the mom you want to be and to get where you want to go, then I'm grateful. But no matter what you do after you find your why, it is vital that you dig deep and you start asking yourself, why did I sign up for this? Why am I a mom? And where do I want to take my family? It will reignite. passion. You will become far more clear. You will be much more grateful. Just sit in it long enough. It will bubble up. God will answer you. Your marvelous mind will come up with clear answers, and you will find that you really are actually grateful to be where you are, grateful for the opportunities that surround you today. And you may feel a little bit worried or overwhelmed about where you want to get to, but there are answers. When you have that why, when we're clear about first principles, then it's so much easier to go out and search for those principles and then practice living them, and to use the principles as the gateway to develop the kind of family and life that we would be proud to have. So that's my challenge to you. Think about why you're a mom and what does success look like for you. Journal about it. And if you're so inclined, pop those comments below on if you're on YouTube, or send us a message. I would love to hear why you're a mom and where you're trying to get to. I would love to know why this is the life you've chosen and what beautiful things about it that you've discovered, because we're in this together. We're going to up level ourselves and thereby up level our homes and up level our communities. It's a beautiful journey that we're on together. So thank you for joining me today. Please take the time to journal about those questions, and please share your answers with me. I would love to hear more about that. And if this message was helpful for you today, please pass it on and go ahead and subscribe and leave a review. That really helps us to grow and get the word out to other moms who we may be able to serve. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.